Good Monday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and motorcycles and the dogs and the weather and the attitudes. And wow, it is cold, it's snowing, and wowsker. Hey, good Monday morning there to all my YouTube subscribers that follow my channel. Appreciate all the nice comments, support, and yeah, it's Martin Luther King Day holiday. So what am I doing today, right? Why don't you just take a day off? Yeah, right. Should. But anyways, just thought I'd continue the conversations because it's such a cool, cold, snowy day. And to me up here in this area of showing snow, because this area up here just isn't really dominant, usually with a lot of snow, thank goodness, because snow's really cool, but it gets really old really fast for me. So you're hearing the word cold. I thought, yeah, let's start the week off with the weather, because it's such a change of weather throughout the country, of it being extremely cold. And for this area here, rarely do you have just day in, day out of temperature below 30 degrees. And that's what it's going to be this whole week. It's really 20s and low 30s. So it's kind of out of the norm for this area, but we do get it here and there. But the whole country's under the same thing. And look at the fleet of cars that are out in the cold and getting snowed on. And how do you take the cold conversations and turn it into a car conversation? It just doesn't end, right? So I got my snow boots on. I don't think I'm going to need them. And I got my new paraphernalia that I bought over the weekend up there at Skyline Harley, that my good friend Chris, he finally bought a Breakout. So now I've got a Breakout twin in some ways, but not totally, because you get the denim black, which that's really what I wanted. I really wanted the denim black. Breakout. I tried to buy one down there at Wrecking Crew in Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee, but they just couldn't get the deal done. And if you watch my channel, you know I finally got it Breakout, but it was the shiny gloss black with the orange Harley tradition colors. And the dogs are kind of having a little bit of fun. Now the question up here is just how much snow we get. And they're not calling but maybe for 1 to 3 inches, but you never know. But I don't think it's going to be a big storm, so it's just probably be more of a dusting, a little bit of accumulation. And so, hey puppies, what are you doing, huh? They're having a good old time playing, aren't you, huh? Yeah, just the one dog wants to beat the other dog up, as always. And thank goodness I'm really dressed accordingly, because it really is cold out. But I really did take the time to get myself geared up for the colder weather. And Keith, you just always like to harass that little girl. That's all you want to do. And it's always a challenge getting these guys in and have them do your thing. Even though I really think you guys should just play outside for a while. Why don't you guys play outside for a while? Just get that all out of you. I don't care. Nobody's going to walk around the neighborhood. Let's just let you guys have some fun doing that. And so the cold conversations here, well, think about this. This is the Economic World Forum in Davos, Switzerland, this whole week, where all the big guys and gals all show up there in Switzerland to talk about the consequences of the weather, which irony to it is not being so much being it cold, but it being warm. That the 1.8 Fahrenheit or Celsius, or whatever they talk that language, that's the whole conversation that is going on this week over there in Davos, Switzerland. And it goes right back to the cars. It goes back to, yeah, the cold. What does the cold have to do with cars? Well, actually has a lot to do with cars. I mean, think about the extreme weather that they have to test these vehicles in to make sure your car can still start. You live in Alaska, and you have these sub-zero, one of my subscribers, he reached out over the weekend as I was taking the race truck up to go get my friend's Breakout and said he needs a tow. He needs some help because his truck wasn't starting because it's so damn cold out. Yeah, if you watch my channel, I loaded up the trailer with the race truck and shot out there to Winchester to pick up my friend's Harley Davidson and his Breakout and get it home to him, and only there to go there to no avail. But for me, some more Harley paraphernalia. Yeah, the hat. Not so excited about the hat, but whatever. That's all they had. Figured, gotta get my Harley paraphernalia. I have so much Indian paraphernalia. Gotta get the Harley stuff too, right? So anyways, I went up there, just had a good old time, and ended up coming on back with an empty trailer, which wasn't a big deal because Chris made the decision that he wants his bike to look hotter and louder by putting on a Vance & Hines chrome head pipe exhaust. And apparently that's on back order right now, and he was able to convince the dealership to take off a used bike that exhaust and take his factory exhaust, I guess, and put it on that bike or something like that. So, but anyways, back to the cold conversations. Yeah, it's all about these cars. And the interesting part is the ICE cars, think ice and cold. They love this low ambient temperatures where the molecular structure of the air is much denser. And actually it makes your vehicle on the ICE side perform better. The DA, if everybody sees people that race cars and track them, they like the colder temperatures because of, look at that there. That little girl, she's got into them right there. I mean, she's not happy. She doesn't know who the boss is. Yeah, so anyways, the ambient air, the DA, all this stuff equates into your ICE engine, internal combustion engine, getting more air, which gets more fuel, which gives you more power. But the irony is, it kind of goes the other direction for the EV vehicles, where the EVs are a little bit more challenged with the battery makeup on the colder temperatures, but it's more about the ability to keep the car at a reasonable temperature, so it takes a lot more energy out of the electric vehicle's battery pack to get you to be in comfortable setting. And so the EV age is not happy with a colder age. So isn't that interesting if you think about it? But yet here we are working on to keep the Fahrenheit and Celsius temperatures down to enable mankind to continue to live on Mother Nature Earth for another billion years, right? Yeah, whatever. Man, I'm tell you what, run out of room. I'm so running out of room in my driveway of vehicles, and I've got too many damn vehicles. And a kid, she did a birthday party, slumber party, sleepover with her good friend, so she's not even here. So if you start looking at all the dang things I need to do, I need to get these bikes, other bikes in the trailers, just to kind of get them out of the way. And so anyways, the cold weather and vehicles, think about us good old boys that grew up with the choked cars in the colder months, where it seemed to be more challenging to get that. I guess it was too much air going into the carburetor at one time to a degree. I don't know. That gets a little bit more out of my mechanical knowledge because I'm not the professional mechanic, as you can maybe probably tell. So the cold air for these ICE vehicles back in the day that had carburetors, that was more challenging to get these things to start. Who doesn't remember those stories of, damn thing, you have to get your starting fluid out to get the vehicle to start up. So, but then you go now to where we have electric, we have fuel injected motors and all. It's all taken that challenge out, which anymore, if you can buy a fuel injected vehicle over a carbureted one, I would do that all day long. Unless per se, I guess you're the heavy duty racer right there. You're actually really enjoying the side here. My hands are going to continue to probably freeze. So you go to the cold era of the Russians against the Americans after World War II. If anybody remembers that, Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan, and take this wall down, probably understand that language. If you're of my age, when we really, we're in a cold era where we worry about Russia nuking us, they were worried about us nuking them. But then you fast forward to today, where we are today more than ever, and it's more of the China, and it's the North Korean, and Russia still, of course, Russia is still always on the radar screen, but more so, I think we're more concerned that China is the new cold era threat more than ever in our country. But here we are, the Davos World Economic Forum, where they're all gathering together to talk about how to continue to push the green agendas and how to continue to push, I guess, a cold agenda. I guess you could say in so many ways, the goal is not to let Mother Nature get any warmer than she's gotten, and we need to cool her down. So it's a cold conversation. But what comes with that? Besides, somebody probably think malarkey and Maloney. Hey, if you watch those football games over the weekend, wow, I can't believe how Stafford and Goff reverse positions. Think this through. here is Stafford, who was a Detroit Lions quarterback for what, 10 years? I'm not even real sure on all that. And then here's Goff, LA Rams quarterback, I think for like 3 or 4 years, and under Sean McVay. And they just went to the Super Bowl or something like that. I can't remember all the statistics. But wow, if you're watching that game last night of the Detroit Lions versus the LA Rams, and they were at Detroit, and you see on how Goff ends up outdoing Stafford in his own backyard to eliminate him out of the wild card playoffs. Was that an incredible game? I mean, oh my gosh, it's just beyond believable to witness how two of the same teams is, meaning that two of the key quarterbacks are now on opposite sides. And how do you, as a fan of Detroit Lions, sit there and just in so many ways praise Goff beat the Rams, but in so many ways Stafford lost, who was your key guy for so many years? Just crazy. And how the playoffs are playing out. Then as usual, Dak Prescott, he just falls flat in his face. Or did the Dallas Cowboys fall flat in their face? That was brutal, where they got just totally creamed by the Green Bay Packers. Kicked their butt. That new quarterback, this is Jones or something like that. That kid is good. I mean, that's really good. So then we got 2 more games today. We got Tampa Bay and Eagles, and the Buffalo Bills, and who else? I can't even think off the tip of my tongue who the Bills are playing. But anyway, I think you probably see some pretty good games again today. But even though for Philadelphia, didn't they lose the key guy? So and it's cold, but isn't it interesting how over the years, if you're the football enthusiast, and how this was such a key factor of football in the really later in the season was the weather. I'll never forget Tom Brady coming in to replace Bledsoe in that key game. And Tom Brady shows up in a major snowstorm, and he makes his entrance to go down the record books of being the most incredible, being the GOAT of the quarterbacks of all time. And for me, I'm just not that in depth with all statistics. But who was that game where they played and Tom Brady came to be the man of the man, and Bledsoe was benched in a horrific snowstorm? But now they got all these domes. They got all the Metro domes and everything. There's my dogs out there having fun with each other. Yeah, I got the unique boys, and there's Kiefer and Ginger down there just harassing the hell out of each other. The whole idea is just let them wear their ass out. So yeah, so here are the cold conversations. Does it ever get cold? You ever get just, you have a cold feeling to something? I mean, kind of where you kind of just push something away. I mean, is that another term? But for me, if you watch my channel, here we go. It just doesn't end. I'm on another car adventure. And so we're into the middle of the month, and I have not bought one car. So if, for the record, I'm behind. Because if you watch my channel, I'm averaging buying a car every 10 days. But I'm in 15 days in January, haven't bought anything. And if you watch my channel, there's a nice Wrangler 392 used, high mileage, has like 48,000 miles, but it really is in great shape. And the Carfax report, this guy that owned that thing, he took that thing at the oil change just religiously. So he really did take good care of that vehicle. The car is a certified vehicle. And right now we're trying to work a deal where to give up the Mojave Gladiator for that 392 Wrangler. And so got mixed feelings. I really do like the Mojave. My kid really has transitioned into working out of that Bronco Wild Track, which he just loves. But I didn't realize that the Mojave Gladiator setup inside the interior, how much tighter the room is. I didn't realize that the Wrangler had a little bit more room, which would make sense in some ways because of the way the cab's designed. But you have so much more leg room in that Wrangler than I can remember. In the Mojave, that's tight for me. I sit in that vehicle, it's extremely tight. So stay up here, puppies. Don't get too far away. So they start wandering down the property. It just never ends. So yeah, for me, do I cross the bridge and do we do a deal on a high mileage? But I don't know. I mean, for me, my channel, how many miles are we going to put on that thing? I mean, maybe 10, 15,000 miles, maybe. I even keep it that long. So I bought it. Am I going to sell it at 60,000 miles? Versus I know the conventional person would be like, that's a lot of money. The thing is, I want $63,900 for that vehicle. I think it should be $59.9 in my book. I mean, I really do. But I mean, that's the cheapest 392 out there. And if you really go start searching, it's incredible. The misinformation is just so bad. My selling dealer, his challenge is he can't get product. You just hear me? My selling dealer is telling me one of the key owner's sons is back working in dealership. Come on back here. Hey, come on back. One of my key friends there, Bobby, the owner's son, he's back. He kind of had a separation there for a while. Just family challenges. If you're in small business, you understand that. Come on back here. Hey, Kiefer, Ginger. You understand that challenge of relationships and business and then family relationships is very challenging. But anyways, he's just telling me that for Dodge and Jeep, it's a mess. Ram, they just can't get product. I mean, they can't get product. And if you go to their website and you look at their inventory, it sucks. They don't have much of anything. So these gloomer doomers, man, I don't know. I mean, I'll say it right up. This is the richest ass area in the whole country per se. So I guess I live in a total bubble where most other people in this country are in dire straits. But yet the economic indicators are not showing these numbers. So is it smoke and mirrors? I don't know. All I know is the area I live in, the Ram TRX trucks, oh my gosh, I should have picked one up. These things are getting more expensive. They're 120 grand. There's no 80,000. I mean, there's 76, $80,000 Ram TRX trucks that are now 3 years old that have high mileage. But as far as the Ram TRX truck just really losing its value, come on, Pops, let's go. Get in the office. It's really just cold. My hands are freezing. It just isn't happening. And so their challenge is, once again, getting product. Oh my gosh. And the Hellcats, these things here, they don't have any Hellcats. They don't have any really wide bodies. So everything's disappearing and nothing's per se getting a lot cheaper, even though, yes, the market's changed. Come on, let's go. Get up there. Come on. Hey, Scout, come on. Scout, get up there. Get up there. Get up there. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Hey, get up there. You've already had your fun. Come on, get up here. The office is cold. And so once again, it's the constant rhetoric, even for me on my channel, on how so many run around their car all day saying that the gloom and doom of the car sales is over. It's such BS. It's ridiculous. It is BS, man. I mean, sometimes I think of myself on a YouTube channel. The only way you can really make any money, you just have to lie to everybody all day long. I mean, I'm sincere. It's just ridiculous on what's going on. And at that dealership on Saturday, we never even got to my deal because they're too busy. When I was at that dealership, they did 8 deals, 10 deals on Saturday. It's unbelievable. But hey, tune into all these car YouTube guys, and they're going to tell you that it's over. Oh my gosh. Yeah, whatever, right? So anyways, now the debate is, do I pull the trigger and buy the Jeep Wrangler? And, part of me is like, yeah, why not? I mean, I really want to get, let me see, my daughter is texting me. Just here, she's at the slumber party getting up, and she's like, do I need to come home? I'm like, no, I made preparation for today. You wouldn't have to do all that because my hands are frozen. So anyways, yeah, the Wrangler 392, it's going to come down to the finance company. Do they buy the deal? Blah, blah, blah. But then, believe it or not, I love the Toyota 4Runner. And right now, I literally last night, just for the heck of it, went on to Carvana, and I found an incredibly, really cool used Toyota Black 4Runner Pro. And I literally did a deal last night. I have approval for the deal to be delivered to me this Saturday, where I go to the Carvana vending machine. And it's priced reasonable. It's a nice 4Runner. The guy who owned it put a winch on it, put light bar, put rear. He put a nice rack on the top of the roof, rear ladder. The vehicle looks cherry, and it's a really cool looking vehicle. And so, I gotta stay in touch with the kid. So once again, I had the whole deal's approved. It's just if I push the button. The only thing I don't like about the deal is I have to pay $1,500 non-refundable for them to transport it for wherever it is. I think it's in like North Carolina. It could be, who knows where it is. But the whole point is, I don't like that. So if the vehicle comes in and I think it's not really as great as it looks in the pictures, and I want to walk away from the deal, I'm going to lose my $1,500. I'm going to pay that regardless. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you just buddy up that vehicle with another transport of another vehicle coming this way so it doesn't cost that much? Well, yeah, whatever. The point of that conversation is, part of me says, I should pick up another nice Toyota 4Runner. Those things hold their freaking value. There's not on my mind. I've done it so many times. I could buy that 4Runner. I could drive around for 6 months to a year. And for the most part, I could sell that thing close to what I paid for it. They just don't lose their value. It's such a sought-after vehicle. So do I go that direction? So what I came to closure last night was, you know what? Let's see what the Jeep deal is. Let's just see if that even kind of starts to play out, first of all, and then reevaluate that. But then they have local here a brand new, really cool Barcelona red TRD non-pro. So it's a TRD 4Runner. It looks like the TRD Pro, but it's basically close to the same price, brand new. It's like they have it on sale right now for like 50 grand. It's 53 grand. They're showing 50 grand. Well, this used one is 46.9. I mean, it's a 2020 4Runner, 46.9. If you do your research, go in the market. I found a $38,000 TRD Pro of that Voodoo Blue with 91,000 miles for 39 grand. Yeah, you can maybe find an individual that would sell on their own for 35, 36 maybe, but you're not going to find a $20,000 4Runner. There's just no way. So it's a cold time of year, and that's what kind of happens. And I really told my selling dealer on Saturday, I said, so you guys, I was really irritated because I left the dealership on Saturday to go help my friend Chris out, and the place was swamped and people want to buy stuff. So I left, but I told them, go ahead, get the numbers, run the deal. They never did it. It was 7 o'clock that night. They're finally starting working on the deal. They're like, oh, the company we got to call to get a payoff in your Gladiator, I can't get a hold of them. They're closed. I'm like, well, here we go. It goes to Monday. I said, yep, that vehicle will be gone because the owner's good friend, one of the daughters of the owner, her good friend wants that vehicle. So, I'll be blown away if this morning I don't eventually post a video. Yep, another deal that Dulles Dodge, we put together a deal, and then nothing got accomplished, and it goes to Monday, in between Saturday and Monday, and so it's snowing up here. You know what happens when it starts snowing up here? Every other brother runs out to go buy a four-wheel drive vehicle. You think I'm embellishing on that? Are you kidding me? I guarantee you right now, I can call car dealerships and say, yeah, the phone's ringing for someone wanting a nice four-wheel drive vehicle. It's because they're concerned now about getting around in this area where it'll never be much of anything, but people just buy it to buy it. So, yeah, there it is. You know what? A lot of video time, a lot of talking, and it's a lot of work for me to make these really in-depth videos. So for me, does it become a burnout factor? It really does, because I'm just putting so much time and energy into this channel. And, it's incredible how the money's, there's just like no money. Anybody here, I'm not here to cry the blues about my channel. That's not the message. I'm just sharing with you reality to the YouTube world that, man almighty, you really have to get so creative on, for me, I need to start selling paraphernalia. I need to be able to buddy up with some other YouTube channel where my channel gets more exposed. But at the same time, it's very challenging because it's more intellectual content. I really truly believe my channel brings more intellectual content than others do in some ways. By no means am I the professor of the YouTube. But I think that just doesn't draw a big audience because most people are in it for the candy. Most people want to watch videos that make them laugh, and it's the eye candy and an instant gratification of watching something. Versus my channel, it's more on a personal side. Sharing my own life's adventures on a constant basis, but then also selling, sharing intellectual information that I think benefits us all. So it's very challenging for me as a YouTuber. So every now and then, if I just ain't posting videos every day, it isn't necessarily I don't want to. It's just more about bringing content that this doesn't turn into a clickbait channel, which I want nothing to do with that. Just to have you sign into my channel. And sure, we can always talk about world events, so I don't know. Reach out, share your comments, your thoughts. But for me, it's just more about trying to bring something that you feel like you get something out of it. And because there's a fine line there. Are you getting something out of it? Or you just enjoy the conversations of all my stories and antics, and that's more than enough. So that's kind of what drives in my channel. That's pretty cool. I appreciate all that because I've always got stories and angles. And have I been sick as all get out? Yeah, man. I mean, I'm still fighting this crap. It's not good. I'm getting through it, but you can hear it through my voice and everything, man. I'm just congested like you can't believe. I'm on meds now, so it's definitely getting better, but at the same time, man almighty. So I'm going to leave it at that. So just stay tuned for the videos. Maybe a populate today of seeing me. Go look at a Jeep Wrangler, or you see me maybe go look at a Toyota 4Runner. So, yeah, or do I just buy the Carvana 4Runner, which is pretty cool, and take it, I don't know. You got to think it through. Or maybe nothing happens. But the thing is, I'm halfway through the month, not one sale. So if this year, if I really tamed it down and I just bought one vehicle a month, it would be my slowest purchase of vehicles probably in the last, I would say, 3 years, if not close to 4 years. So challenges, right? Challenges. All right, everybody, thanks for watching my channel. Stay safe. God bless. Stay tuned for more adventures. And what do I do? What do I do?